I wanted to create a video on OCD subtypes because a lot of the reason that people don't get help with OCD is that they simply don't recognize that they have OCD because the general public has a pretty limited view of what they believe OCD to be because of, depictions people have from movies and Hollywood and things like that. So when people think of OCD, they think of the germaphobe who's compulsively washing their hands or going through this like hour-long showering ritual, or people's brains go to the TV show Monk, who's doing these like kind of ritualistic behaviors over and over again. And there is definitely part of that within the OCD diagnosis and symptoms, but there's a lot more to it, and talking about subtypes of OCD really helps people broaden their understanding of what OCD can look like. So one of the first things I wanted to share is that when we're talking about subtypes, this isn't actually a clinical definition. The DSM-5, the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, doesn't actually talk about subtypes of OCD. They only talk about specifiers of OCD being basically how insightful somebody is into understanding whether their thoughts are rational or irrational. But subtypes of OCD are used by therapists and doctors and people who struggle with OCD just as a kind of a language to help better talk about what the themes of their obsessions are. So I wanted to go through a couple of those just so people have kind of a broader understanding of what OCD can look like. So stereotypically, contamination OCD is that idea that people have in their head when they think about the germaphobe, right? The obsession is about this fear of touching something that maybe feels germy, right? A contaminated surface like a garbage can, or it's a lot of times things that are in the bathrooms like shower stalls or door, toilet handles or the sink faucet, stuff like that. It can also be body fluids such as, blood or feces or sperm or urine, anything like that. That can all come into contamination OCD, where there's a fear of that, coming in contact with these things and either it leading to, getting sick or dying, or even just the physical discomfort and feeling totally grossed out by having these like sensations and gross, gritty, slimy things on your body and feeling like you can't get rid of them. Other subtypes of OCD is the just right OCD. This is what I think about when we talk about the show Monk, where this guy needs to feel just right. And so you'll kind of see their depiction of OCD with this character of this guy continuing to clear his throat over and over again, or continue to tap on, I think different, signs and street lamps and things like that, more for almost this physical sensation that his body feels right when he does those compulsions. The next one is magical thinking. Whenever I talk to my clients about magical thinking OCD, I always relate it back to that childhood superstition: step on a crack, break your mama's back. The mentality or the obsession is this worry that my thoughts or behaviors are somehow negatively impacting something that I could never actually control on my own. So for most clients, the most common fear is that I'm going to do something here in this room, right? I'm going to touch my phone that I'm recording on, or touch my computer and have a bad thought, and it's somehow going to put my family's safety or my loved one's safety in jeopardy, even though there's no way that could ever happen. Sexual orientation or pedophilia OCD is definitely other subtypes of OCD. The fear is that I might be attracted, if I'm straight or heterosexual, I might be attracted to somebody of the same gender. And then people who are homosexual are afraid that they're going to be attracted to somebody of the different gender. Pedophilia OCD is obviously the fear that I'm going to be attracted to a minor and have this inappropriate sexual attraction. And the fear or the feeling is that I can't get rid of it. I'm almost doomed into this and can't shake these feelings. And there's just this feeling of being destined to eventually commit this sexual act that I really don't want. Last one I wanted to cover with you guys is relationship OCD. A lot of my clients come in seeking my help with relationship obsessions. That there's fear is usually about being caught in the wrong relationship and wondering, am I attracted to my partner enough? Do I have the right feelings? Is it all going to work out? How do I know if I start dating now that it'll all work out and we'll kind of have this happily ever after relationship? So if any of this sounds like something that you could be struggling with, please reach out to me. I am happy to have a free 15-minute phone call with you to see if we are a good match.